Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. It is our Facebook Live class tonight and I just need to get over here and turn my volume off. I always forget to do that. Okay, there we go. I am here tonight to bring you some fun cards that you can actually get for free. This is an online class, and so what does that mean? That just means that you can watch for free, and if you like the card kits that we're using, you can get the card kits sent from me as a thank you for placing a $35 order or more, and that's before shipping, handling, and tax in my online store using the host code that was in the description of the Facebook Live. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a replay. It's in the description, and there are links with all the products listed that I use tonight. So I'm just not seeing my feed here. I hate when I look off to the side. I should really just be looking here, but I do have to move my eyes over there to see where I'm at. There we go. Okay. Found myself. All right, so I'm going to get diving right into the class tonight. So we're making 3 cards. You'll get 2 of each design, and I send that directly to you. So you place your order using my host code, and then when you do that, I know that you want tonight's class kit sent to you. So I'll be showing you all the bits and pieces that you get. Everything's been die cut for you, with the exception of the things that are part of the Reindeer Fun bundle. So anything that's cut with this bundle, you'll need to have, or you need to substitute with something else you might have. So really easy to substitute out. But yeah, I recommend this. And this is our feature set for the 2 classes I have posted. Oh my gosh, my brain just went blank. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know what it's for. Okay, I'm back now. Oh, reality. My 12 Days of Christmas, which starts next Monday. So I am offering a package for the 12 Days of Christmas. For 12 days, I will have a video with a project, a fun project that you can do for holiday gift giving. So there's a couple cards in there, but a lot of them 3Ds that you can make into a little gift. Some candies, some chocolates, whatever. Lots of fun. So that will be every day next week. I will have a video out. It will be out before 5 p.m. every day. And I might just pop in and do a live on a couple of them, but a lot of them will be videos, just so I can always have them out at the same time. You can still get that class kit. It may not get to you by Monday, but you'll still get it within the 12 days, so you can catch up a little bit. But the 12 Days of Christmas is a craft along. So you actually get to craft along with me, or you can watch the video and then grab everything in your kit and make that same project. So, yeah. And if you're on my email list, I'll be sending a project sheet out for each day. So that will list all the supplies I've used and the measurements. It won't have the instructions or the tutorial. It'll just be a project sheet with supplies, a picture, and measurements. But yeah, let's get started on tonight's Reindeer Fun. I'm going to flip the camera down, so if you get dizzy, please close your eyes, and I'll let you know when to look up. Okay, so hello, Beth. How are you? I tried to call you the other day. You must have been busy. I was just calling to say hi. All right, there we go. We should be looking at my desktop now. There we are. All right. So here's our Reindeer Fun stamp set. And let me peel this backing off right away because we don't want to hear it. And I did start a few minutes late, so sorry about that. I had an appointment, and after my appointment, I wanted to go see my grandbabies. So I was running a little bit behind. But here are all the dies that you get in this fabulous bundle. Lots of fun. So we're going to be using a few of them tonight. Not all of them, but just a few. Again, we're only making 3 cards. But in the 12 Days of Christmas, we'll be using just about everything in there. All right, so I'm going to move that to the side. There are 2 things that I forgot to grab out that I just want to come over here and grab. There's actually 3 things. My tray with my embossing powder and my heat gun here. So we're just going to put this off to the side. I'm going to get this plugged in really quick. And then I'll show you our first card kit. Stay. All right, you're not going to stay. All right, unplug that one. Unplug this one in. There we go. I just have to have somewhere so when I turn my gun off, it's not going to lay on anything because it'll be hot. All right. So let's see. I'm hoping my chamois is, oh, it's a rather wet there. Okay, so our first class kit. You're going to have one envelope, and it's going to have all the contents that you need for both cards. I have everything here. You'll be getting 2 pieces of the Take a Bow Designer Series paper. There'll be 2 different ones, but you're going to make the card the same exact way. And I already have some of that already done, so that I didn't have to sit there and cut while I was on camera with you all. So I have a piece of basic white, and this is 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 2 1/8 inch on both sides, right? So it's either 2 1/8 and 6 3/8, or 1/8, 2 1/8 and 2 1/8. All right, so I have that. I'm going to grab my bone folder. I'm going to give that a really good press. I want those to stay closed. We are going to put a belly band around this, so you won't have to worry about that. You have a piece of basic white. This is just a scrap for you to do your stamping on. You have a little tag. I know. Originally, I thought about just giving you this, but then I thought, oh, I'll die cut it for you. So we're going to have this die cut tag. So that's from the Greatest Greetings stamp set and bundle. It's actually dies. So we're not actually using this set, but we're using the dies. And as you can see, I've been using these quite a bit. All right. I use this in I think almost every project next week in the 12 Days of Christmas. Don't miss out on it. It's a really good class. Oh, actually, this is from Iconic Imagery. Wrong bundle. But that's where I got this little tag was, from this one. I do want to put this one away before I... Yeah, I might not be busy. I mean, I have some things I need to get done, Beth. So probably not. Maybe tomorrow I can catch up with you. All right. Okay. So then we also have so we started with a strip of Designer Series paper that was 6 by 6. All right. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are 2 inches. And then we'll have to trim it down just a little bit. So we want, I'm sorry, not 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches. Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. No, 1 7/8. Sorry. Okay. So from your 6 by 6, you're going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 7/8 inch, and it's by 6. We're going to trim this down to be 5 1/4. So 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So take those 2. And you can choose whichever side of the paper you want. Does not matter. Whatever floats your boat. All right, so I have these 2. Now, I had another piece left over from that, and this piece is going to be 1 inch by 4 1/4. We're actually going to be using this side of it, all right? And then you have a strip of real red. This is 1 1/4 by 11. This is going to make our belly band. So those 2 pieces go with our belly band. Let's move this out of the way so we don't get confused. You have about a 2 1/2 inch circle die cut from the Stylish Shape dies, and a 2 3/8 inch circle that was from a punch. So we're going to be layering it just like that. Okay. So you know what? Let's just get that part done. Since we're right here, we got everything in front of us. Let's just assemble these. Then we'll get to our stamping pieces. All right. Now, if you like the other side of the paper, you can use the other side. Whichever side, again, floats your boat. I like that I can just use 1 sheet of 6 by 6 to make this card. All 3 cards, you'll get a 6 by 6 piece of designer paper. That will be enough for 2 cards. I mean, yeah, 2 cards each. Actually, this one you'll need 2 sheets of 6 by 6. So your 2 sheets will probably be these. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you at? What are you getting hold of? Oh, okay. Sorry, my dog started chewing something and I didn't know what he was chewing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, what did I just do with my, we're going to adhere these 2 things together, the 2 circles. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and do our stamping. So I'm just going to move these things up out of the way or off to my side here. Now, this thin strip here, we're going to use our Versamark ink, and we're going to be embossing with our silver embossing. And I actually did get a new Versamark pad. I haven't even opened it yet. I should have. All right, stamp set, where'd you go? We're going to pull in the Merry Christmas. Now, this is just going to fit. It's pretty snug, but I really did want to use that tag. Thought I lost it for a minute there. Hello, Diane. All right. Hello, Amy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, before I actually stamp that, I want to pull in, what did I do with that? Here it is. I'm going to pull this in. I'm going to grab my little embossing buddy here, and since we've got the heat on now, it's really staticky in here, so I want to make sure I have that well done. If you don't have an embossing buddy, use a Downy dryer sheet. Works fine, or a bounce, dryer sheet. All right, and I've got my Silver Wow embossing powder. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to open that, put my tray here. All right, I've got my fan going, so we're going to be a little risky tonight. All right, we're going to stamp that right on there. And I've got to move it down so I can make sure I'm fitting right on that. It's a pretty snug fit there. All right. And now we'll just take our embossing powder and pour it over the top. Okay. I'll give it a tap, tap, tap. Okay. Actually looks pretty good. So I have one little straggle of stuff right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to clean up my embossing powder. Once your embossing powder is on that Versamark, you're okay as long as you don't bump into it. To let it sit for a moment, I just want to grab a piece of paper here and clean this up, because this is the only project I'm embossing on. I love embossing. I've been trying to do it more and more lately just because I have so much fun with it, and it just makes for such a pretty card. And I don't do it enough. You know why? Because I'm too lazy to get my butt up and go to my closet there and pull out all my supplies. But, it's really not that bad. I don't know why I'm so lazy about it. I just am. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my heat tool. I'm going to do this off. Let's see if I can get it all the way over. Now, I don't have a lot of room to hold here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my handy dandy little tweezers here, if I can find them in my little whirligig here. Where did they go? Well, I know I didn't use them recently. Oh boy, that's not good. Here they are. All right. So this is in the embossing accessories kit. I'll list that in the comments. I'll list all the supplies. It'll be on the project sheet and in the YouTube video description. So I'm going to come in now and just heat this up. Ooh, shiny, pretty. I find I use my metallic embossing powders more during the holiday season. Okay. This just does not want to stay where I want it to. It's hot, so I don't want it to land on all my stuff. All right, there we go. All right, now let's get back to our pieces here. Let's see, the next thing I need to stamp is going to be on this scrap sheet here. I'm going to bring in my black Memento because I am going to be coloring with my blends. I'm going to be using my pecan pie. My mom always says pecan. I say pecan. But pecan pie. And we're going to grab our little dashing deer here. And actually, I think I am going to do a little bit more embossing as soon as I do this. So we're going to grab a black. I'm going to ink this up. Now, I didn't try this when I just popped in my head just now. So I'm going to have to retake my pictures for my project if it works. I'm going to stamp 2. So you have a sheet big enough to stamp 2 pieces, 2 deer for your 2 cards. Just in case my first one doesn't turn out, I just wanted to have the second one for you right away. Okay, let's go ahead and color these in. Now you could use early espresso too. You just got to be careful when you're using your blends that you don't blend the espresso ink everywhere. So I'm just going to do my skinnier error. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. My more narrow areas. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't talk for a minute there. With my chisel tip here. And just get these areas that are more detailed with this. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come back in with my brush side here. Ooh, this one's kind of worn. And I can cover more area with that. So I'm going to bring in my color lifter and show you a little trick here as well. So if you don't have a lot of different color blends, but you want to have a couple of different colors. So for example, let's say I didn't have crumb cake blends and I want to have more of a crumb cake look, I can. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. I just want to add a little bit of the dark, some of these areas right here. And I'll get this side right here. Right here. All right. And I'll come back in with my light and just kind of blend that in a little bit. Just so there's not such a sharp contrast between the 2 colors. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to bring my color lifter in. And I am just going to go kind of right along here. Just make this area a little lighter. So it's not necessarily crumb cake, but it's not really a bright white. We'll do a little bit maybe right here. All right. Now it'll start to lighten up. Just give it a moment or two. And I was thinking about coloring this in, but I think maybe we'll just leave it white. We'll just do it easy. All right, now the next part I was thinking about is taking this here, this little harness for our magical reindeer here. Now, I do not know how it's going to look with the you know what? We're not going to use the harness. I lied. We're going to use the little bow because I think it'll look better. Just because I want to emboss it. All right. So I've got that. I'm going to get my stuff out again here. I'll rub right there. Get this open. All right. And I'm going to come back in with my Versamark. And make sure I have my bow going the right way. Let's see. It goes this way. Did it go that way? Hold please. Oh, it doesn't go on this one. I guess we'll have to go back to the other one because this bow right here, I just stamped a scrap here. This bow goes with the deer that's facing this direction. So we won't use that one. Okay. Okay, we'll be that way. Just put that on the end and we'll grab our other one. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to look through here, and I'm going to line up the body and the neck of my deer. Just ink that, and then I'm going to take my, oh, my fan is going, you can tell. Embossing powder there. Now what happened? Oh, I had it on that. Jeez. Just wiping that off. Okay. We should be good. Let's get this back in here. Oh, nuts. Yep, I did it. I spilled it all over my desktop. Oh, that stupid fan is going. Okay. Hold, please, while I clean that up, because if I don't, it's going to be embossing powder everywhere later. Okay. Get my heat gun again. And look, it's a magic reindeer. How fun. All right. Next step is we're going to take our die cutting machine and we're going to die cut this out. So I'm just going to grab this. I'm going to use my little mini but mighty machine. We're going to pull out our die here. What do I do with my dies? Alright, I've got to find a good spot for this before I dump it over again. Alright. Okay, so we're going to pull in our dashing deer here. Run this through the die cut machine. And was that in there? Okay. Now, when I heated up that paper, it kind of warped a little bit. So what I'm going to want to do is grab a piece of Post-it note tape once I have this lined up. All right. Post-it note tape, where are you? Of course, you're behind everything else in my pile. Oh, well. We just redo it. Okay. Actually, it stayed pretty well. Better than I thought it was going to do. Okay. So I'm just going to put that down. And we'll just run this through really quick. So this is where making 2 cards at one time is also ideal. Because, you know, if you're going to cut that cardstock in half, you might as well make a second card right away. I was looking for that. Oh, the things I find when I'm kind of trying to clean up here. And we need some, we're going to pull in some dimensionals, because I'll need those too. All right. Put those right off to the side. All right. So again, I'm only doing 1 of the cards. You will have supplies for 2. What a fun little deer. Now, if you want to put multiple, you can. With this card, it probably wouldn't work as well because we need to have him on that little circle like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pop him up on dimensionals and put him on this circle. And then we'll go ahead and start with our belly band. I like to use the smaller dimensionals on this one because I need to snip 1 in half to get the legs. I like to make sure the legs are being supported. So we're just going to go, actually I'm just going to take this little strip right here and just give it a nice little snip. Snip. And I've got 2 thinner pieces right here, right here. All right. Again, I'm just going to add a couple more just to give my little guy support. Ooh, now the heat kicked in. Holy cats. Oh, I have some water. All right. Put him right on here. Just like that. We'll get our 11-inch strip out here. And now this is going to be more than you need. You'll end up trimming some of it off. As long as it meets in the middle there. So I've just flipped my cardstock over just because I had a little kind of a rough edge. So I just wanted to hide it. Now you don't want belly bands to be tight because you want them to slide on and off your card. Right? So if it doesn't slide easily, you need to loosen it up a little bit. All right, so that's kind of good there. I'm going to just take my scissors here and I'm just going to cut it right there. So I cut about, an inch and a half off. So maybe you only need it to be 10 inches, but you got an 11-inch strip in your kit. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now don't worry that I had adhesive that just went over too far. It's okay because remember this 1-inch strip that we cut? We're going to be putting it right across the front. No one's going to even see that little excess. And once we put the circle on, no one's going to see that seam. So we are golden. No worries. I actually was inspired by a card that Ange McKay did in my business training group. I do get a lot of ideas from her, so it's pretty cool. All right, so now I'm going to just put my Merry Christmas just under there like that. And I want to tie my ribbon. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my liquid glue. So my dog got a new toy, and wouldn't you know, he hasn't touched it for like weeks. So when my grandchildren come over, they tend to start grabbing his toys. I try to hide some of them so they don't get at them because he gets really particular. So if they start playing with one of his toys, he will no longer play with it. It's like he knows. He's like, oh, it's theirs. I can't play with it now. But he's been a little stinker. He's been going after some of their toys lately. So I got him some new ones. All right, and I'm going to put some dimensionals right here and here. I'll put like 3 across the bottom here. And that is how I'm going to adhere it to the belly band. Just like that. I could probably put one more right there just to make sure it stays. All right, so there we go. As long as that doesn't stick too far up, otherwise it'll get stuck on the card. Okay, so let's put this back. Cooper, stop it. Oh, we should probably stamp the sentiment on the inside right away. So I've got this. We'll put that one away. I'm going to grab my real red ink. And we'll stamp our sentiment. Ooh, that's not real red. That was kind of funny. I grabbed lemon lime instead of real red. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. So I had the sentiment, may all your days be full of cheer. So we're just going to stamp that right on the inside here. I have been using my red stamp pad like crazy. So my color is actually pretty light. Surprised, my cherry cobbler, super dark. My real red, a little bit light. All right, let's slide that back on. We'll get our little baker's twine on there. And where's my baker's twine? So use whatever ribbon twine you have. I'm going to just make a double loop here. So if you like the card kit and you're like, ooh, I have a great stamp set at home to use, but you want the card kit, add baker's twine. It's $5. And it goes a long, long way. So I've got a double bow going here. The other thing you can add, I mean, I know we've all kind of been doing our Christmas cards and getting ready for the holidays. Add some adhesive to your order. Because, you know, when we're crafting, the worst thing to do is when you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you run out of adhesive. When I scrapbooked a lot, I ran into that all the time. Part of it because I scrapbooked at 2 in the morning. When my kids were little, that was the only time I could do that. All right, so here we go. Got my little bow. I'm going to grab a glue dot. And it's really funny. I haven't been using my glue dots for a while. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, every project I'm doing, it's like, ooh, I need a glue dot. Ooh, I need a glue dot. I did a tags class, and oh my gosh, I used a ton of glue dots. I am going to be offering a Snowy Wonder stamp camp in December. It's not going to be Christmas cards. It's going to be other, you know, you can use that stamp set for other than Christmas. So that's what we'll be doing. All right. So there's our first card. And one of the things that you will definitely need is glue dots. I used a ton. All right. But that will be coming out after December 1st. We're going to get through Thanksgiving, get through our 12 days of Christmas here. I am going to be announcing flash classes tomorrow. What's a flash class? Well, it's a quick and easy way to get a class delivered to your door. You order the bundle, and when I see you order the bundle on my specific dedicated host code for that, I will send you that kit. Right. So more details coming tomorrow. I'm going to be typing that up tonight. I wanted to have it done earlier this week, but you know, life and work happened, so I had to balance my time. That's what's nice about being my own boss with Stamp It Up. I can do that. I can say, you know what, I just will offer it this day because I need to adjust. Life threw something at me and I can make my own schedule. All right, I'm going to put this one away. And we'll get going on our next card. All right. Our next cards are a little faster. At least they were when I was cutting them up. So, oh, we need some embellishments. So I'm pulling in the Drusty adhesive back embellishments. All right. And I'm going to put some silver on here. Or you could put gold. But I'm using the silver ones just because I use those for... We'll put another one right here. Okay, there we go. You can add as many as you would like. Now, I wouldn't suggest coloring this in red. It is really kind of, what's the word? Rough I'm looking for? Yeah, rough. And that could really damage your blends. So if you're coloring your embellishments, just watch how rough they are because you don't want to mess up the end of your blend. And if you do, hey, just get a new blend, right? Okay, card one. Put it off to the side. Done deal. That's the extra card kit. So put that with that. All right. Our next one here. I did not have an envelope just because. Oh, I did. Well, okay. So here's this. I got a little bit of a mess off my side here that I need to address. Okay. So this one has your 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. You'll need 1 whole piece for each card. So you have a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of white, thick white. You'll have a 2 3/8 inch circle and a 2 1/2 inch stylish shape cut die. All right, so we're going to make that same thing, but we are going to be doing a little bit different. We're going to be stamping on that one. So we'll be using our Real Red and Garden Green. And actually, I'm going to change it up a little bit by showing you how you can use your markers. I know I hardly ever use markers, but I'm going to show you how to use your markers to give you a different color sentiment. So let's go over here, and where did my other white piece go? It fell off. Where'd it go? All right. Here. All right. And again, you have another one white piece here. You're going to be stamping 2 different deer in here. So, all right. So this, we're going to grab our sentiment. Yeah, he's a little picky, especially in his old age. He's getting a little grumpier. Hello, Amy. How are you? Nice of you to join us tonight. What have you been up to? All right, I've got my real red, and I'm going to turn off my fan. Give me a moment here, because if I don't, this is really going to dry out fast, and I want it to be able to stamp. So, fan. Okay. Should have turned that off earlier when I was doing my embossing, right? Okay. So I'm going to take my real red marker here. I'm looking for my brush side, and I am going to just stamp Christmas. I mean stamp ink Christmas. And then I'm going to grab my garden green and use my brush end and color in the rest of the sentiment in garden green. So now one of the things is this does start to dry a little bit before you get to, you know, stamping. So you're just going to, okay, I'm not supposed to use the word huff, but I'm going to. You need to huff on it. That just means blow some hot air on it, all right? And we're just going to stamp that right in the center of my circle. Ta-da! Oh, well, there's some messy thing in my... Oh, I didn't even notice there's a piece of fuzz. Darn it. I don't know where that came from. Okay, we're going to flip that over because I don't want fuzz on my project. All right, we'll do it again. And you know, your stamps will never complain to you if you had garlic before you started, you know, blowing hot air on it. You'll never hear a peep out of them. I haven't ever seen them curl up either, so. I actually treated my family to Culver's for dinner tonight. That's why I was stopping over there. Okay, Christmas is better together. Bink. There we go. Much better. All right. So that is how you color your stamps with markers. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere that right to my circle. Oopsie. Gave me a little star. Need that for a different project. Okay. Christmas is better together. All right. Next, we're going to do a little die cutting. So I had all these pieces. Where did my pieces go? Here we go. All right. So we're going to be die cutting on here and stamping on here. So let's do our stamping first. Then we'll do our die cutting. All right. So let's get our larger block here. It's just easier with the larger block. Yep, and we're going to be coloring this a little bit. Or you could stamp it on crumb cake or pecan pie. I really don't know what the correct pronunciation of pecan is. Pecan or pecan. Where is the inflection on? All right. So there we go. Grab our blends. And this time, I'm going to try to color a little better this time on my card. I'm going to leave part of Mama's nose there white. Leave her ear white. I'm going to leave her belly white. All right. take my brush end here. Now I just have to be careful because whoopsie, yeah, not like that. My brush end is a little, it's not pointed anymore. Using it too much. Well, not too much, but I've been using it a lot. Okay, I guess I'm going to go with the chisel. So it'll take me a little bit longer to color. Sorry. It happens. Blends are meant to be replaced. They don't last forever, so. They are alcohol based, so at some point they will dry out, just like a marker will. All right, let's get our little baby deer, our little fawn here colored. So my husband is a hunter, and it's opening weekend for deer hunting here in Wisconsin. I always cringe because I always think of Bambi. But at least when they hunt, they're not hunting for fun. They're actually hunting for food. So nothing goes to waste. There is a group of them that go, and they do use all the meat for their families. So I'm against hunting if it's just hunting for fun and it's a waste of life. But if you're hunting for food, you're using that. I know some hunters that even donate to like a food pantry in some areas. I'm just going to color the back leg here a little bit. We'll come in with our light again just to blend it in so it doesn't look like just a dark streak. All right, we'll get a little bit under the ear. So again, just take your light and just blend some of that in. Your light. Pull the dark out into the lighter areas. Okay, there we go. Not bad, quick and easy. So I did color outside my lines a little bit. I can take my blender, my color lifter, and actually I like to go in one direction, kind of draw a line of where you want that to be kind of erased. All right, so we've got this to die cut. We've got this next piece. So let's get all our die cut pieces out here. And I'm going to be using this on our Granny Apple Green. And I need this for my berries on my Real Red. And this for the deer. Okay. Now, I can't fit all of it on my little guy at one time, so we'll just die cut a couple pieces at a time. If I know where I put my plates. I mean, it's not a big area. I kind of got a mess going though. Where did I put my plates? I've got a few piles of stuff that I've been working on, so trying not to mix them up. Oh, I put them back in their home. I'm such a good girl. No wonder I couldn't find them. They were put away already. Right. Hello, Becky. How are you? All right, so let's get these die cut out, and then we'll get our deer. Now with this, I'm not really going to worry about having my adhesive sheets to use. These are big enough pieces I can use my liquid glue or my seal, and it will be fine. All right, I need to take a sip of water here. What do people have planned for the weekend? Oh my gosh, it snowed here today. It snowed like 2 inches. I'm so not prepared for snow at all. I got a new vehicle, and I had a car before. Now I have an SUV, and I don't have a scraper to clean the snow and ice off my car. Like, I can't reach the top of the car. So I'm like, oh, crumb. I'm going to have to run over to Walmart and go get one. Good thing is the snow all melted. So, but I don't have my patio out and back all picked up yet. Like, all of our furniture is in, all of our, you know, cushions and all that stuff. But I still had, like, my planter pots out there. And, yeah, so I got to rush around doing that Friday, Saturday. And so I'm just using my take a pick tool to poke out some of these pieces. When your die cutting plate is really used up, well loved, sometimes it just, these pieces tend to stick in your dies. There we go. Okay, I'll just put all those right there. I've got my little magnet. Don't lose the magnet. All right. Get rid of this extra stuff right here. And let's bring in our pieces. Where's my card base? Right, it's right here. Let's put those back in their home. When I ask you where my die cut plates are, they're back in their home. All right, so we're going to do a little cutting with our designer series paper so we can put our card together. And that should go right there. All right, so our designer series paper needs to be cut at 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're going to do 2 strips of 3 1/4. Now, if you're using directional paper, make sure that you're going up and down. Okay. And then we'll cut these at 5 1/2. Okay. We're going to toss those little pieces. We don't need them. They're really too little to keep anyways. And then we need a piece that is 3 inches by 5 1/2. So I'm just flipping this one over and using the other side. So this will be cut at, what did I say, 3 inches? 3 inches. I have a scrap for another card later. By 5 1/2. All right. Bring in our card base here, bone folder right here. I love this take a bow paper because there's so many of the same patterns in there that I can make this card over and over. All right, so here we go. I'm going to be putting my 2 strips on the sides here and then layering this one on top. So this is where I'm going to use my liquid glue. Just for the fact that I want to have that wiggle room. So when I use Seal or Seal Plus, it sticks right away. And then I don't have a chance to move it around if I'm not lined up well. All right, so I'm going to turn this, make sure I'm going the right direction, and put this right on the edge. Right. So if I'm a little bit too long, I can trim that down with my scissors. Just make sure I have it right on the edge. And I can do my other side. Whew, I'm going to have to close the vent in my craft room here because it is warm. Again, I feel like Frosty in the greenhouse. All right. Oh, did I put that upside down? No, I guess not. It looks upside down. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take my centerpiece. You work like every weekend? Oh, bummer. You need a day off, girl. You shouldn't work so hard. All right. So here we go. Put that there. So it covers my whole card front. I don't have any any stuff showing. I know that's not usually my style, but that's the way kind of this card was going. So every once in a while, got to kind of step out of your comfort zone. Okay, it's not completely straight, but that's all right. And try something different. So now I've got my Christmas is Better Together. Let's go ahead and adhere my little holly berries onto my holly leaves. Holly berry. I always think of Halle Berry every time, you know. All right. Okay, there's that. All right, we're going to put this guy up on dimensionals. So let's put get our handy dandy dimensionals again. And again, I'm going to take just some more narrow pieces for that. You can actually take, you know, this one too. Let's just get all of our body on there. Get the butt supported. This will fit right between the two legs, I think. Here we go. And you know what? I don't even think I need to cut down a piece. I think we'll be okay if I just have it right there. Again, I like my cards elements to be supported. And you get like 300 pieces in a package. Plus, you get all the edges. So don't be skimpy on your adhesive. Your adhesive really does make your card, even though it's, you know, not the beautiest part of the card. It is the unsung hero in your cards. Oh my goodness. If I could talk today, I would really appreciate it. I think it's because I had a meeting right before and I was talking the whole time. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue on here. I'm not going to have that popped up. And I'm going to put my deer down. So I'm kind of putting both down at the same time here. All right. I've got my berry, my holly to go right there. And I'm going to put my holly up on dimensionals. Oh my goodness. All right. All right, I don't know. Which way does it go? You decide which way you want to make it go. All right. And now we're going to come back in with our drusty. And I could have put some, yeah, I could still tie it. I don't think I need it, though. I don't think I need it. So we're not going to put it on. All right, let's just get some of our... All right. Okay, so there is our card. So that's card number 2. Just going to grab all these pieces now and put it with my other card. Okay, where's your card kit? Here it is. All right. So again, you're getting 2 6x6 pieces of designer series paper with each card kit. Okay, what's next? What do we have next? All right, we have our little gift card, our present one. So we're going to make presents this time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put all this away. I am going to pull out our presents, our little bows. Okay, there we go. And I'll get rid of that piece of hair. We don't need that there, right? Okay. So now this one, you only need, you only have 1 sheet of designer series paper, but you have your 2 card kits here. So let me just slide the top one out. And amazing. All right, let's grab our bone folder again. And you feel free to make that sound when you're scoring or burnishing. Okay. Now, This piece here is going to be, I have my little cheat sheet over my side here. This is going to be, what do I have written there? Oh, I forgot a piece. Okay. Hold please, I forgot a piece of paper. That's not going to be big enough. Here, I thought it was all set. It happens. Okay. I just need to cut a piece of garden green that is 3/4 by 5.5, which I forgot. Which I'm going to put that in the other one right away, because when I cut for these, I use kind of the, so I cut for 2 right away. I'm only making 1 during the video, but that way I know when I go to cut my kit what I exactly need. All right. Okay, so we have that, and now our designer series paper needs to be 2 inches by 5.5. Okay, so you'll have plenty of paper to do more with. Throw that piece away. So this will take care of both cards for you. All right, so we're going to adhere down our garden green to our designer series paper. So I'm just going to go on the back here. Oh, I forgot to cut them at 5.5. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. You'll need to trim yours to 5.5, which I forgot to do. No, that was trimmed already. This one wasn't. Oh, I guess I did. Some days, Beth Ann. All right. So let's go ahead and just run. You can use seal, you can use liquid glue, whatever you want. And now I'm just going to lay this right on here. And I have 2 different lengths here. Why? Okay. All right. Well, just in case I didn't measure correctly, glad I said to do these 2 pieces first. Just trim that down. And then we're going to add this to the front of our card. Again, use seal or whatever you prefer. Again, when I am doing something that covers the full length or width of the card, I tend to use my liquid glue just so I can get lined up. All right. So on this end, I have a little bit of that green, so I'm just going to trim it down. There we go. All right. Ta-da! Okay, let's get out May Your Wishes Be True. Stamp set, where's that? All right, I'm going to stamp our sentiment in real red. Again, you can get this class kit, so you get 6 cards in your kits, 2 of each design. When you spend $35 in my online store using the host code, I'm going to stamp this just above that garden green and off to the left. All right. So I wanted to stamp that before I put all the presents on, just so I know where to line those up. So we're going to move this off to the side, bring in all of our bits and pieces here. So I need a red present. And I think we're going to make those big ones. So the red present, and I need a red bow. And then I need a green present. A white bow. I'll need a couple white bows, but at the moment, we'll just do those. Oh, stay. We're making 3 different color presents. Yeah, I feel like, can someone just send me a little love or something? I just don't know if I froze on my computer here. I'm seeing it's lagging, so I don't know if it actually slowed down or not. Okay, so I'm going to pop these out. So 1 bow, 1 present. I'm going to grab my white next. On the white, I want a bow. I want 2 bows and 1 present. So you should have enough with that sheet to do both. Here's those. And now I just need the 1 last present here. This Reindeer Fun set, I just, like I said, when I first I was like, oh, that's really cute. Maybe I'll make something. And then I started doing my 12 Days of Christmas projects, and I have been using it non-stop. I feel like I've been using it the entire month of November. All right. So this is the Snowy Wonder. Definitely 2 awesome bundles that they have this holiday catalog. And there's still time to make your cards. Just don't make your cards super, super over the top. I mean, you can, but if you have to make a lot of them, don't go over the top. Just make them simple, because people will really be impressed by them anyways. All right, so I'm going to put all these things here. We'll get rid of these extra pieces, and we'll assemble our little presents. So I need to have my 1 bow here. I need to have 1 here and 1 here. All right, so I'm just going to just put those on with liquid glue. All right. I line the bow up with the top of my present, and then it'll fit. It'll fit just nicely. This one may have to trim off a little bit. Now I have glue on my finger and I keep picking up the project. All right, there. Oh, where'd my comments go? All right. Okay, thanks, Beth. You all are pretty quiet tonight. Normally you're all pretty talkative. What's going on? Is everyone ready for the Thanksgiving holiday? I have a ginormous bird in the freezer. And then I found out that a whole bunch of people aren't going to be here. So I have a big 20-pound bird for like 4 people. I'll be eating turkey until next year. Actually, I'm going to freeze a bunch of it. I'll make turkey noodle soup instead of chicken noodle soup, doing those fun things. And I'm just going to layer my presents right here on the front. Doesn't matter where, just put them on the front somewhere. And we'll go ahead and pop this one up. This one's going to be in front. And I apologize. I didn't realize how stuffy I sounded tonight. At my appointment, they had some, like, aromatherapy kind of stuff going, the scents and stuff. And I think maybe my allergies are not happy with me. Probably should have said something when I went in. Oh well. it happens. Unless they had a cat there. I didn't know that. All right. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that because it's already there. But nice, simple card. You know, I really feel that I should have added some ribbon. But it's too late now. But my card, originally, my design didn't have any ribbon on it. So we'll go ahead and add our embellishments. And this time, you know what? I'm going to use these gold ones. So put a small one and a large one there. And I think we'll put a small one up here. You know what? I'm going to add a couple more because I can. I'll put one over here. And this is a pretty flat card, so I don't think there'll be any issues with this one. But if I had a card that had a lot of layers, I don't know that these would be the best embellishments to use. Because like I said, they're pretty thick, so you can kind of see. But they're really rough, and I would think that if you're too many layers, it would tear the envelope. But if you only have one layer or two layers, you should be fine. All right. There we go. So let's bring in all 3 cards for tonight. And that's card number 3. Card number 2. 1, 2. Let's see if I can fit them all on my screen here. Here, we'll do this. 1, 2, 3. Do I fit them all? Let's just see. It's slow, so I gotta wait till it catches up. No. Okay. We'll go back the way we were. 1, 2, 3. All right. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. Again, if you'd like this card kit, you get the supplies to make 2 of each design sent directly to you. It's my thank you for purchasing $35 or more in my online store. If your order goes over $50, I'm going to throw in some drusty adhesive back dots. All right. So again, look for the host code in the comments. It is in the description, but I will put it in the comments. And I will be emailing out a list of all the supplies that we used and measurements. So if you're on my email list, you'll get that tomorrow. So you can get this card kit from today through Monday night. Monday night midnight is my cutoff, Central Time, because I place the order next morning and then get everything packaged to ship up. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. Spend your weekend with people that appreciate you and love you and that you love and appreciate. Life is too short to be around, people that are toxic. So enjoy the people that you are with. All right. Thanks so much again for joining me tonight.